print, email, Facebook, Twitter. More Anwar Ibrahim released after years in prison in New Dawn for Malaysia media player, space to play, M to mute, left and right to seek, 0001:4400:0001:44. Former Malaysian opposition leader Anwar Ibrahim, the man who may replace newly elected Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad, has just been released from prison. Mr. Anwar, who was formerly Dr. Mahathir's political rival, has been promised leadership of Malaysia's new governing coalition when Dr. Mahathir, 92, decides to step down. According to a palace statement, Dr. Mahathir's former deputy received a full pardon. The King, with the advice of the Pardons Board of the Federal Territories of Kuala Lumpur, Labuan, and Putrajaya, has allowed a full pardon and given an immediate release for Anwar bin Ibrahim. A statement issued by the palace said, "A new dawn for Malaysia." Speaking to the press following his release, Mr. Anwar said he felt as if he had never left politics during his time in prison. "I've never left the scene," he said. "Why do I worry about political comeback? I've been there." He also said he had buried the hatchet with Dr. Mahathir, stating that while many people question his decision to work with the new Prime Minister, their feud was a thing of the past. "My interest now is the wealth of the nation. I have forgiven him," he said. "I want to move on. I have no malice toward Najib or anyone else. Now, there is a new dawn for Malaysia." Before beginning his work on pushing the reform agenda at the center of his politics, Mr. Anwar said he would take some time off to be with his family. "I have given my assurance. I am here as a concerned citizen to give complete support to manage the country on the understanding that we are committed to the reform agenda, beginning with the judiciary, media and the entire apparatus," Mr. Anwar said. He also said it was Dr. Mahathir's prerogative to form the cabinet, but noted he had given assurances that he would consult party leaders. "I've told Tun Mahathir, I don't need to serve in the cabinet for now," he said, using an honorific for the Prime Minister. Media player, space to play, M to mute, left and right to seek, 0002:5900:0002:59 after leaving the Cheras Rehabilitation Centre in Kuala Lumpur, where he was recovering from a shoulder injury. Mr. Anwar travelled to the palace to meet with King Sultan Muhammad V. He was greeted at the palace by Dr. Mahathir, his ally, with whom he joined forces to oust scandal-tainted Najib Razak's administration in last week's election. Their newfound alliance is a stunning turnaround from the 1990s when, on the orders of Dr. Mahathir and his government, Mr. Anwar, arrested and jailed on charges of corruption and sodomy. He was jailed again in 2015, under the reign of Mr. Najib. Mr. Anwar always denied the charges and claimed he was a victim of a political conspiracy. Smiling and waving to supporters, Mr. Anwar, 70, was wearing a black suit with a tie, surrounded by his family, lawyers and prison guards. Australia welcomes release. Foreign Affairs Minister Julie Bishop said in a statement that Australia welcomed Mr. Anwar's full pardon and release. "We have followed Anwar's trial and incarceration closely, and have expressed concern to the previous Malaysian government," she said in a statement. "We are pleased that the royal pardon will allow Anwar to be reunited with his family in time for Ramadan and again participate fully in Malaysia's politics and governance." Anwar has much to contribute to Malaysia. Mr. Anwar's freedom is expected to ease fears of the growing rift within the newly formed coalition government, after differences erupted between supporters of Dr. Mahathir and Mr. Anwar over cabinet positions and Mr. Anwar's role in the party. The volatile relationship between Dr. Mahathir and Mr. Anwar has dominated Malaysia's political landscape for over 3 decades and is central to the future of the alliance. ABC/Wires print, email, Facebook.